It's the Cable MTG Show.
That's the real cool thing about the actual Swiss Cube being up, is it just like instant fires. The people crave Vintage Cube. Swiss did a Philia deck. We can do a good Philia deck. Keep it 2 colors. Keep it 1 color, maybe. I think it's the best card in the pack. I might take World Spine Worm, just like hedge towards Flash. I was having fun flashing stuff earlier. It just doesn't do anything if you're not flashing, right? It's just like it's like the best card to flash, but then it's a brickety brick if you don't get that card specifically. We'll see. Tinker's an option. I kind of dig the Preordain as well. Yeah, let's take Preordain. Some nice Filterooski, a little bit of filtering. Is Slimefoot and Squee good? Slimefoot and Squee is like a mini chariot that like has a potential to reanimate something. I think it's good, but like it's not worth like dipping into other colors for, right? So you almost have to be Jund already. Is Slimefoot supported enough? What do you think? How do you picture Slimefoot being supported? I think it's just like a mid-range card. You remember I used to take Shelldock almost first pick. Is it less good? It's very much less good. Comes to play tap lands are rougher, games are faster, so you hit the Shelldock less often. It is still good. It is still like especially in some decks that like might be able to cheat in like a World Spine Worm or something, right? But it used to be that in Vintage Cube you would activate it like every other game or something. And these days I feel like it's like 1 game a league if you're lucky. The game is just sped up a lot. Vintage Cube's just sped up a lot. Well, this would have been a good Boros draft, Hey, Scooby-Doobies, thanks for 98 months there. Scooby says, 98 cheers to the best of the game. Thanks for so many great nights of joy, hard work on your end, and entertainment for us. Here, here. Here, here, Scooby. Pour myself a little bit of gin to toast you. Thanks for the kind fucking words. Room temperature gin. Let's go. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Hope you all had a good Sunday. If I was Boros, what would I have taken there? I would have taken the Sacred Foundry. Voice of Victory is great, but I'm currently pretty sick of having bad mana. You feel like you can't get control to work anymore. It's pretty hard. I've had some balanced decks still work out. The Witherbloom Apprentice is kind of interesting. It'd be a direction. What gin are we sampling? This is some Drumshambo Gunpowder Irish gin made with Oriental Botanicals. I showed it to a buddy of mine recently who said that he typically hates gin, but he loves this one. And now every time he comes over, he asks if I still got some. I think a lot of people associate gin with juniper, and juniper's got like a very strong taste. Like people say it tastes like pine trees, right? But not every gin has a ton of juniper. Some gin has no juniper. You can use like whatever botanicals you want to flavor it. And that's just one way. Little ponder here. I don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna have a bunch of cantrips to try and do it. Here comes your Mungunder. I've never had Bar Hill, no. Not made with gunpowder. Gunpowder is a type of tea, I believe. Oh, looks like I'm wrong. You're right. Gin must contain juniper to be technically defined as gin by law, but not all are have as much juniper for sure. Chat with the corrections. I appreciate that. Appreciate being informed when I'm fucking wrong. Your gin connoisseur friends swear by Bar Hill. Well, it looks very affordable. I'll check it out for sure. Lorien revealed does not wheel often, yeah. Googling on monitor too. Yeah. I've had chat be wrong enough that I always verify before before I admit that I'm wrong. Trust but verify, right? I guess I'm grabbing Mana Crypt. I do like a stock up, but currently our whole deck is card draw right now. Fast Bond, Urza, are those cards? There's a Tameo there. Yeah, I feel like we're not Urza. There's a chance we're Fast Bond. I might just take Tameo. I guess Portal's something to show and tell in. Kind of regretting not taking that Tinker earlier. Trust but verify is the phrase your boss uses to excuse himself for being an asshole. Do you have an example? Ooh, Lightning Greaves to the Nadu. Well, that's kind of a deck. We sort of have a deck now. We have an angle. Let's throw some Mana Dorks in here. Gotcha, Tater Chim. In this case, if I didn't trust chat at all, I'd wouldn't even check. I wouldn't even Google. I would just assume that my memory is correct, right? You just took a massive dump. Do I trust you or do you need to verify it? Yeah, if you could send me a sample, I'd appreciate that, Empty Cheons. Jabrick says, fascinating gin history fact. There was an event in British history where because of a strange tax law, gin was cheaper than beer. It was consumed by almost everyone. But the gin of the time was any grain liquor. So it was much more similar to a whiskey. Nice. Well, that's an interesting little fact. Little Mana Dork here. So people fucking love Displacer Kitten. And I'm sure some of y'all are saying I should be using the Kitten to blink the Nadu and get more Nadu triggers. I kind of like Kitten with Tameo. I think I should throw the Lose Focus in here and just throw in a counter. I find when you're popping off with Nadu, you don't need to draw your whole deck. Drawing most of the deck's pretty good. Well, we do have a Water Grave already for this fucking Psychic Frog. Awesome. Oh, fucking awesome. I like a Duress. I'm just gonna grab Breeding Pool. Don't give gin to children. No, of course not. Of course not. When I was a kid, when I was God, I must have been 3 or 4 years old. Wow, Barrel Waif's going around. Stock Up came back. What's going on? Yeah, blue's oddly open, When I was a kid, yeah, it must have been 3 or 4. One of my first memories, I wanted a taste of beer, and my dad gave me one with the idea that I wouldn't like it, that I would spit it out and then not want beer anymore. And I took a sip, and then I just fucking, and they're like, whoa, get it away from him. Backfired on him a little bit. The Lorien reveal finds the Water Grave. Wouldn't mind a Bayou for this Genercent to grab one too. Oh no, Meat Locker. You had a similar experience at your bar mitzvah because you thought you had to drink the whole cup of wine? Oh my. Ooh, another Mana Dork. Yeah, these Mana Dorks got so much better with the Nadu in here, with the Nadu stuff. Actually, maybe I'll play Metamorphosis. Ah, fair enough, Meat Locker. Hey, we got the Bayou, just like we wanted. Your grandpa did that with you and some Linies? Oh, man. Child, you had terrible taste. Linies isn't the best beer, but for a cheap beer, it is exceptional. There's a bunch of good flavors, too. Thinking about off-color mocks versus, I don't know, something worth show and telling in. Ooh, a Force of Will. I think I'm into that. Or wait, what about this Natural Order? Natural Order finds Atraxa and Worldspine Worm. It's a beautiful Force of Will deck, but there's all these like gorgeous blue cards to pitch. And like when you combo off with Nadu, you draw the forests, and so even if you have to pass the turn, you can just like stop what they're doing. There's a Leovold here too. I'm gonna grab the Natural Order. It just like makes a chunk of the deck kind of make sense. You think Force of Will wheels? I do not think that's the case. It was an interesting pack. Counterspell, Hull Reacher, Ignoble. Our green creature count for Natural Order is a little low, but I mean Hull Reacher is great. Very much a veggies pick. Actually, give me the Shinobi. You'll eat your hat if Force of Will wheels. Could you eat my hat instead? I've got too many hats. Tripping over them in here. Were you gonna eat it anyways? Yeah, it's not much of a thing if you're about to eat it anyways. Do you often eat hats? So Tyrant is something to Natural Order out. I don't know if it's like that much better than getting a Worldspine Worm, you know, in terms of our backup thing. I was gonna grab this Blooming Marsh. Don't really have a discard outlet for death besides Psychic Frog. Still a little interesting. Yeah, give me the Tar Pit. I don't want any of this. Oh, I almost grabbed Emrakul earlier. Well, just in case. Seen Emmy Wheel before him. How'd the last draft go? Terribly, Bogart. Awful. Literally as bad as a draft could go. I dropped after the first round. Well, Time Warp makes the Tameo make sense, huh? I could die during the draft portion. I've literally never had that happen before. Did I have a life death somewhere? Or draft some duel over it or something? Actually, what about Safekeeper? Safekeeper is like a Nadu card, and it's Axe to Natural Order. It should be in here. All these beautiful cantrips, huh? Beautiful cantrips. No removal. Hopefully that doesn't burn me. The Witch is kind of interesting with all the cantrips, actually. The Crab will be my removal spell. It's also an answer to my own Mana Crypt. Could matter. If I cut that Plains, I have no way to hard cast this Atraxa. Bit of a bummer. No Bird's Paradise or whatever. So this is 9 green, which is technically enough. Black, we need like 6, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could cut this basic swamp. It's not necessary. And then blue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10? I don't need 10 blue. We'll do that. Alright, fine. I'll play 10 blue. God. These are some terrible fucking hands, huh? Just rancid. Mana Crypt would help this one a lot. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Rim4, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 18 months. Kind of like still playing the Hedge Maze. Getting that Surveil going. This isn't like ramping me to anything. It's just like attacking for 1 on 2. Who cares? Sure. Still have a natural order in here somewhere. We still have a show and tell, I'm sorry. The natural order is under the kite sail, but there's a show and tell somewhere for the Atraxa. Yeah, I'll very often say the wrong card name when I'm like thinking about multiple cards. The time it happens most often is when I just draw a card. And then my eyes will glance at it and I'll be like mid-sentence talking about a different card and I'll just like say the new card that I just drew. Not a bad one to graveyard, huh? What would they detutored it up? Probably something fucking sick. Hopefully that doesn't happen IRL too much. It happens IRL none amount. Literally just a streaming thing. Yes, the opponent's about to make infinite tokens, and I don't think I can beat infinite tokens. So I'm going to time warp an extra card, extra turn, play this ponder. I think this band would be very fun to see live. I'm not going to make them do all this shit. You win, I don't care. We could, like, technically crab them to find a sweeper, you know, something. Nothing worth playing towards. What's spring like in Wisconsin? It's great. I saw people out, like, mowing their lawn today. There's, like, hardly any grass. People are just excited to be outside, I think. The red maple that I transplanted at the start of the month has started leafing out, which I'm very excited about. Just like a really good sign that you got a happy tree there. The squirrels have started digging in my flower beds. The robins are enjoying my dirt piles. Hello. Yeah, the burb's bourbon. Yep, the frog got infernal grasped. Even gods bleed, right? Don't like them bidding that Volborn Tyrant. You transplanted a couple trees today. Nice. They're heavy. What size? The investment. Oh, did you scoop them? Did you buy them? They show up with a big the big dirt clump and such. The two that I transplanted were like in my yard already. And I kind of like eased them out of the dirt. So it was like a huge circle that I had to dig and such. But they were like bare root by the time I finally got them out of the ground. So not heavy to move at all. Why did I move my trees? Well, one was growing like right next to the house. And its roots were going to start causing problems. This like big red mulberry tree. And so I put it in a spot in the front lawn where it's not going to drop mulberries on the sidewalk or anything like that. But I can still like go out and collect mulberries for food and such when I want. And the birds and the squirrels and stuff can all enjoy it. And then the other one is a red maple, and that one was growing around a bunch of I think it's dogwood. I think it was surrounded by dogwood. It might be some other fucking tree, but it was just like growing super fast around it, and the I should have ignobled him. And the red maple was just gonna get shaded out, basically. It had started growing like around the same time as the other trees, but it was gonna have a real rough time. It was already starting to look a little sad last year. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Cube is better. Thanks for 32 months. And what a witty message there. Yeah, it's a little too close, Matt. There's some trees that can be like grow like pretty close to houses fine. I don't think mulberries are one of them. I was like worried about putting it too close to the gas line even. Yep, call before you dig. I think this is gonna eat a counter, but that's alright. They're at 9. Maybe World Spine's better. Alright, I get a bunch of things. I guess I was supposed to grab a green source for the high rank. I don't know. This seems pretty good. I have no idea what you're talking about, Family Goon. Oh, if I played the Mana Crypt out, I'd have loose focus on. I don't remember grabbing a loose focus. How'd that get in my hand? Oh, they sacked the freebooter, and that's why I got it back. Interesting. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about them sacking freebooter to Recurring Nightmare. Alright, maybe that was not a good show and tell. Maybe that one was decidedly poor. Yeah, I just should have served first, Tom. Serve first, and then I can show and tell in the worm post-combat. Well, that game worked out, kind of. Not my best played game of the night, but be nice to have Tamio in play versus Archon. Oh yeah, so like the edict and the discard doesn't do anything, and you sack the worm, or it doesn't let you sack, right? Yeah. You could natural order sacking worm and go get worm, right? That'd be kind of cool. This hand could use a Mana Crypt for sure. Turn one they end and play out the Llanowar Elves. Aww. Yeah, you could Elves here, but I don't think it's as good as playing the other Frog out on 2. How is Fallen Shinobi overall in Cube? For my opponents, it is unbeatable. For me, it's okay. Opponent holding up double blue here, a little annoying. So currently there's not a good natural order target in the deck, but we can discard the worm to the frog, and the worm will shuffle back in. Was part of why we kept this. Yeah, I don't bin stock up very often, but when I want to play a natural order next turn, right, I just like want that 4th land, I think. Oh, that's true. I don't have a green creature to sack to natural order because the frog or the elf got murdered. Oh, yeah, keeping the natural order was right. Well, I'm not going to discard the worm until I have to because I don't have the chance of redrawing it. Maybe next turn when I'm attacking with the frog, it'll be worth it for the 1/1 counter. Technicalities, right? Hello. Very ballsy to play against an Archon opponent. They're putting in a Spellseeker that they could have cast. I don't play another Hulk-Off track. So Chain of Smog doesn't win here. They make infinite tokens, and we just like fucking kill them in the air. They need to make a flying blocker too. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. If this was going to hit something, we would discard it to the frog first. Just F6ing here. Just letting him know. Letting him know I've got a frog, and I can F6, and they can make as many 1/1s as they want, but I'm just going to kill them in the air. That's the cleanest way for me to show that. I wonder what the practical effect of saying it's interesting does. Like, do you think anyone finds what you said more interesting if you said it? Probably not, right? Yeah, right, Helior? It's almost more effective to say that that's interesting when you're being, like, sarcastic or something. Or just want somebody to shut the fuck up. Filler words, sure. Yeah, I mean, it can like help you pace your conversing slightly differently. That's right. Can be used like almost as punctuation. Opponent's got a lot of mana over there. It's like fine, right? Yeah, right. I'm not in a space where I can just sack a bunch of lands, I don't think. It's a way of affirming you heard and are thinking about the thing, but don't have anything to contribute. Sure. Well, Seattle, I'm listening. Terrifying combination of cards over there. Does Swords on the Elf mean more removal or desperation? Neither. So Swords is like a real quality removal. You don't just like throw it away just because you have other removal spells. You would probably play those other ones first, right? Especially if it's just a Dork or Gnome. But if you think Safekeeper is like a combo card, people typically play it as a combo card. And they want to get it off the board before I land a Titania or something later on when they're tapped out. It can be a tempo positive play to kill it when you got the chance. Yeah, I think Retrofitter and Kappa Cannoneer are gonna kill me very quickly here. That's what I think. Am I open for a song request? You better fucking believe it, I am. Yeah, I think I almost need a Nadu combo here. Let's go ahead and ponder. Perfect. I think they're gonna block sack on the frog. Well, that's alright. Hey, you dude, things at $4.20. Oh, they didn't even sack. Oh, because they want a converter. Sure. Yeah, stop taking Tameo, and then I'm probably gonna crack a clue, leaving up the Sanctum. Why not, And then I'd be very surprised if they thought the Tameo was worth clearing. Oh shit, what up? Hey, J25F, thanks for the sub, thanks for 55 months. Mighty kind indeed. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Bill Meister, thanks for 34 months. Sunday fun day. Nick Samarath for the 63 months saying that Baldur's Gate needs to autosave more. You think so? I think you just need to scum save every 2 seconds. Yeah. Learning that you need to save constantly is a Baldur's Gate. That goes back. That harkens back to the first 2 games. I've been replaying Might and Magic 7 recently, and God, I just fucking I'm just like saving everywhere. If nothing else, it saves you if the game glitches out. I might rebuy stock up and go looking for a time warp with it. I think that could win. Alright, we gotta pause here, because you dude has a song request with a message. What do you know about Ukrainian electro folk metalcore? Apparently nothing. Let's check it out. This is Bartki Vesnyanka. So we could have the 1 in 17, like hit him with the frog and hope to hit Time Warp, or we could Ninjutsu and Shinobi and hope that that does something for me. I don't know what it would do, though. I mean, it's fun to hit people with Shinobi, right? Oh, but it's just gonna... Yeah, I don't know. I want to make sure that if the frog hits like a time walk, that I'll be able to win on the extra turn, that's all. That is not good enough. Yeah, they just make 2 artifacts and the Cannoneer kills me. Does the Revoker stop them from making 2 artifacts? Just Revoker the Foundry here. Well, this can spit out treasure too, is the issue. So you Revoker the Foundry and they go tap this, make a treasure, untap it, make another treasure, and still enough. And if you need the key, then they activate Foundry and activate this. Yeah, there's no way. Oh, and they'll have double turtle with Sahili. Yeah, there's a lot of ways for them to skin that wizard. Got only like one card away from lethal though, right? Discarded 4 more cards. Or I guess I drew a card. Yeah, 2 more cards from lethal. Damn. Fucking 6-drop outclassing my 2-drop. Should be illegal. In my opinion, this is kind of fun. It sounds like an electronic remix of another band or something. Digging the flutes, the flautistry. Kind of hate it, but I don't really want to mull a 5 on the play, I don't think. Converter kicking in. Yeah, like if somebody did an electronic remix of an Illuvite album. That was not the card I meant to cast, but that's alright. That's okay. Yeah, the intent was to show and tell Worm, but like, they've got swords in the deck. Maybe that's just bad, huh? I could see that just being bad. Hey, West Ave, thanks for $5. Okie doke. You want to listen to some Stain Rogers? Fuck yeah. Interesting they didn't spit out a treasure there, huh? So this is very unlikely to be winning show and tell. It's just the case here. But Caleb, you're putting a 15-15 into play. Yeah. About that. Feel free to skip if the song's no good for the evening's theme. Huh. We'll check it out for sure. So far, I'm regretting not countering that revoker. Because, like, now Nadu and stuff aren't live draws. Gadgeteer, sure. The evening's been pretty all over the place. We listened to, like, a synthwave album. We're listening to power metal now. We started on my chill playlist. If they made a treasure the other turn, maybe they were saving it for post-Kappa Cannoneer, so they would save it to grow it. But if they'd made a treasure the other turn, they would have been good there. Alright, let's play West Ab Summer Quest. Oh, some Electric Citizen. New track? Hell yeah. Electric Citizen has a few real bangers. What was I looking for? Natural Order. We've been to Traxxam. They've got the graveyard removal thing. I think it's a fine spot to concede. Yeah, I'll keep this, right? I actually don't know if you like turn one the Tameo or turn one Bin the Ent, so you get the Frog on 2. Frog's so much better on 2 than later. You will mosh around to the front, yeah. Should be illegal, really. That was a fun little tune. Black Lotus and a Talisman, sure. What else you got? Yeah, one of my local venues does that too, you dude. Another one of my local venues sells these like opera seat tickets where you like rent 4 opera seats on the side. And I've always been curious on if like the sound quality was any good. And I finally booked one for an upcoming show. kind of excited about it. To commit to the bit, I bought stupid opera glasses too. Those like tiny little goggles. I thought it'd be fun to be at a metal show using those. Seeing Death Heaven. They're kind of like an artsy metal band. I was like, well, this is perfect. If you're gonna get opera seats for any band, it should be a little artsy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get the Bayou with the Ent and play Frog on 2, I think. Must have a top hat. I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about getting a top hat and like a coat with tendrils. I don't know. Let's get Breeding Pool over Bayou. That'll let me develop the rest of my hand easier. All these blue costs. Oh shit, what up? Hey Quacks Quacks, thanks for 90 months. Almost as old as you? It's my 111th birthday! I guess the Frog's kind of bad with the versus the Strix, huh? Maybe I should be playing this other shit. Play the Manadork, who knows? Frog could be a 4-power creature for the Fnatic. Could be interesting. Do I own a monocle? No. But like opera glasses and a monocle wouldn't make sense together, right? You're sexually attracted to the frog. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I mean, show me what that tongue do, right? You know how flexible he is, hanging upside down from a tree limb. It really sparks the imagination, you know? That's a snappy dresser. Look at that fit. At what point does Chad think I'm actually attracted to the frog? Probably not too far. I'm probably getting kind of close. Could crack Siren to draw one more card. I think I just want to get the Greaves down. Just tuned in. Damn, that's a hot frog, right? Yeah, if you're looking for sexy frogs, this is the right stream for sure. For sure. You've all heard me talk about the Aether Drift Frog God? Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Dommy Mommy. Look, someone was doing something very intentional with the Frog God, with the 5-mana Frog God. Kind of a frog. It's got big whole rockin' frog cleavage. What are you talking about? The 5-mana frog? What is this? Thick thighs save lives, huh? What on earth? Well, blind still's a little concerning. Someone had to draw that. Someone had to write the art description for that. And then somebody else had to draw it. There was like a team of people that came together with the hot frog mommy. Correct. AI is not horny enough to draw that. And AI would like have a rough time creating that good of a focal point. Like the amount of detail in the background in like the smaller structures back here and stuff is lesser. It's partially because it's far away and partially because it's just like not the focal point, right? And then human artists spend like much more time on the actual focal point of the piece. The part that your eyes are drawn to because that's where the light is going and that's where like how it's positioned and all of that such. But AI just like doesn't have that level of sophistication, and it makes everything equally detailed, right? That's one of the ways you can tell. Like, of all these like shitty little buildings in the background were just as rendered as the frog in the foreground. That would be a hint. Not a definite, like, conclusive thing, but like it would be a hint that there was AI art. So I think this turn we're gonna Nadu and draw some cards and then die. But you know, it's the thing to do. I guess we could hit a time warp technically. Is that all of it? Yeah. I mean, we have a show and tell and a worm in hand. If I could somehow hit like 2 lands in a row, right? Let's see what's going on over there. Oh, right, the Narset. That was not a good probe. Well, I get to see what their cards are. Imperial Seal Land. I knew one of them, too. Look, I'll admit it. I've had better turns. So I could run out the Llanowar Elves and draw 2 more cards. I think I want the Fnatic to chump the Blightsteel is the issue. block with a Fnatic, actually. Maybe I want that for mana. Maybe I should have greaved up this Tamiyo. Defensive Blightsteel. Well, defensive Blightsteel wouldn't be very good here. Because we can always jump the frog, right? Oh shit, what up? Hey, I am 333. Thanks for that 20 months there. Several months. Is this considered going steady? If your definition of going steady is that I stream on twitch.tv and you tune in when it's convenient and you feel like watching and you enjoy yourself and sometimes send me a few dollars, then yes. But that seems like not what most people mean. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Scrapple, thanks for 21 months. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just win this game. Oh, I guess I literally just have lethal, huh? By showing in the worm, and they don't have a blocker. I was gonna time warp and stuff. Get real cute with it. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I was gonna give it back, give it haste, fucking time warp, and then the next turn I would fucking like rebuy the time warp with the Tamiyo and like have this like convoluted shit. And I was like, wait a minute, they're at 16 life. Hold on, Caleb. Hold on. You should probably just attack. You should, they're hellbent. They're tapped low. Come on, Caleb. Come on, just win the game. You just finished watching Last of Us. Was it good, Scrapple? I liked the first season fine. I dug that gay episode. I think that was like the best episode by far. Cried a bit. It got dark for you. You didn't like it as much as the first. Bummer. You didn't play the second game, so you don't have that for reference, but it's good so far. Oh, cool. You just finished watching the gay episode of Caleb DMTG, best episode by far. I wasn't aware that episode existed, but if you said you watched it, must have happened. Oh, good. A turn 1 wondering. Fortunately, I'm playing a very aggressive deck. I can't even probe them. That'll be able to take advantage of their life loss, right? The shower with your dad stream? Hey now. That can't be don't be gross. That can't be the gay episode. That's incest. The Chuck Tingle episode, that is probably the gayest episode of Caleb DMTG. That's hard to argue with. I believe that that stream was specifically to raise money for an LGBT charity as well. Being dominated by my hot coffee boss. I did voices and everything. What band is this? Ensiferum. 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 Didn't I play Dream Daddy? I wanted to stream Dream Daddy, but I never did. I never got around to it. I scooped it when it was on sale at some point. I also scooped Had a Full Boyfriend, the pigeon dating simulator, and I never got around to that one either. Hey, Akaleth, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you're doing dope shit. How do I even win this? The Naughty's at 3 counters. They have a Tendrils in hand. I kind of need mana. I was going to tutor up Lightning Greaves. Well, I'm going to attempt. You just got back from Sinners and the showing was sold out? Oh, very cool. Was the crowd fun? Obviously, loud crowds can be obnoxious, but with like a sold out crowd, if they're hype and like really enjoying the movie, it can add something. Laughing at the right moments, you know, that sort of deal. There's some like legitimately funny moments in that movie too. I think I'm just gonna get rocked by my own Mana Crypt here. Opponent's at 10. I just need to deal fucking 6 damage. It seems like it should be doable. If you counter my Time Warp, I will concede. I have tapped out. Okay. I love that meat locker. You saw John Wick opening night, John Wick 3 opening night. He's like, I need guns. Someone's like, yes! Like, losing their mind. The biggest John Wick fan ever. It's just everything they wanted. All right, Mana Crypt. I'm gonna need one of these to be tails. Hey, I won the flip. They're gonna be taking 4, so I need to deal 6 damage. Frog. Discard these 4 is 5. So I can't play this Blooming Marsh out. And now the Tamiyo uptick finds Lightning Greaves, and I have a win. Damn it. Well, it was worth a shot. We're dead on board. Yeah, I wonder how close the Greaves was, huh? Maybe I should have checked. I would have liked to force a vigor for some of these matches tonight. Pile of sweet artifacts. Never look? Always look. You gotta look. How do you know if you don't look? My favorite is telling my opponent that I'm looking so that I know if it was a correct mulligan or not. And then most people just like smile and like laugh and stuff because they get the joke. And then there's people who are like, no, don't do that. You know, those are the best people. I'm gonna shock in case we get a tapped land or something. Nope. Another Mox opener, All right, deck. I'm gonna need a black source or a green source or some kind of source. Something. Sure. Would have been an incredible win if I'd found it. Yeah, if the Greaves had been like the 4th card down on that last uptick, that would have been pretty epic. I mean, the Manador could be good if I end up ripping a green source next turn, because then I go Manador, give it haste, play the Nadu, and And then I've got 2 creatures in play for the... Yeah. I believe I only get 1 Elvish Mystic trigger this way, but better than 0 Elvish Mystic triggers. Oh, I should have shocked there, so I could bin the Genercent. That would have been better. You don't look after mulligan, but 10% of the time when it's really hard, you'll look after telling yourself you've made the right decision no matter what. But what if there's the perfect card there and you just mold it away? What if the draw would have worked out perfectly? How can you say that's the right decision? Very excited to see this band this year. They're playing Mad with Power here in Madison. Quickly becoming one of my favorite festivals. Yeah, I'm just teasing. Can I win? I'm just teasing. So I could draw cards with this Elvish Mystic before sacking it. I think I'm just going to sack it now so I don't accidentally draw the Atraxa. For the record, there was no real reason to play the crab and take my opponent's Blightsteel, but it was very satisfying for me. And that was worth something. that was worth a little something, huh? Cool. So nothing but 1 and 2s and 2 and 1s on the day. I think